Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ann Sigetao, and today in this video I'm going to narrate to you on how I came to meet the love of my life. Hiyo swali nimekuwa nikiulizwa sana, and today is the day to answer it. I know most of you are not going to move their seats. I know most of you will watch till the end. This is now the day. Stay tuned. So first things first, I used to know Daniel through my elder brother. They were very great friends because they used to school together. They used to be in the same college and he used to visit home a lot. Although siku hizo hatukuwa free vile, but he used to be very free with these other siblings. As for me, I was a very staunch Christian and I was one of those girls who could not entertain men that were not born again. So hatukuwa na story na yeye because by that time he was not born again, so we didn't know each other so well. Alikuwa tu maybe ananijua kwa majina, then I was always on and off. Nimeenda church, nimerudi, niko kwa youth, niko meetings, so we were not that free anyway. The most common thing about us was that we were in the same college, although mi nikiingia college na yeye alikuwa ameshatoka, and so we lost touch along the way. Halafu we came to meet each other along the streets of Nairobi. That was back in 1999. That is when we met. Nikasikia mtu tu amenisalimia sasa. And during those days mnakumbuka kuwa na phones, zilikuwa zile za landline. So alinisalimia, then he asked for my contacts. Mi nikampea na nikamwambia mi natafuta job ingine because the job I am in, it is giving me a lot of stress. Tunatoka usiku, the salary is not all that good. Akaniambia, if you have that stress, don't worry, nitakutafutia job. So that is when we first met, around 1999. So after so many years, after we exchanged our telephone numbers, kila mtu akaenda zake, and that is where I started looking for a better job. Nikapata, and that is where Daniel came in. I will explain. So this is what happened. In this new job, printer ikaharibika. So my boss was like, do you know of anyone who could repair this printer? Nikamwambia, yes, I know of a guy mwenye alikuwa ana repair in my former office. So I called the guy, he came, repaired the printer, but after 2 days, printer ikaharibika tena. My boss was very disappointed, akaniuliza if I know of anyone else mwenye anaweza repair this printer. So hapo ndipo nilikumbuka Daniel, and I started calling him na hakuwa anachukua simu. So nikakumbuka alinipea directions to his office, so I went straight there, nikamkuta. And those of you who know Daniel wanajua anapenda kucheka sana, so when he saw me akaanza kunichekelea, ananiuliza yani umejua mpaka hapa sijui nini. And I was like, I've been trying to call you because my boss wants you to repair his printer na wewe uchukui simu. So alinichekelea. Mi sasa ninaona haya juu I was not used to that. So akaniambia, I'm coming right now. So finally Daniel came to our office and he came, repaired the computer. He did a very clean job and my boss was very delighted. Boss akamuuliza, so how much are you going to charge me for this? Juu hata aliogopa, hii kazi yote, so it must be very expensive. But Daniel akamwambia, don't worry and don't pay me for now. Until after 2 weeks, I will come back and check whether it is still working. That is when you are going to pay me. And my boss was like, what? Yani hajaiona mtu mwaminifu. Anaona tu mtu amekuja, amerepair that printer, did a very good job, halafu anasema kwanza asilipwe. It was very, very odd. Kwanza sana ni Mkikuyu in Nairobi. You can just imagine. So when Daniel left the office, my boss was like, Anne, wow, where did you get this man? I mean, is this Nairobi, the same Nairobi I know, and the way I know the technicians, venye wengine hata utaona wanatoa spares kwa your machines. This one is different. So after 1 week, akaniambia nimpigie so that he could come for his money. And he promised me that this is now the technician mwenye tutakuwa tunaita for every machine repair and maintenance, ni yeye tutakuwa tunaita because amempenda sana. So my boss entrusted Daniel with all the machines in the office, and he became a very regular visitor in our office. Alikuwa anakuja and he would check on the status of the machines. He would do some repairs for free na akampenda sana. So pia mimi tukaanza kuzoeana sasa, so we became so free with each other hadi ikafika wakati you could come for me during lunch time. Anaambia boss, acha nimpeleke huyu lunch. Mi naenda tu, and I used to go, ananinunulia lunch. By that time he was born again. He was very kind, he was very polite. Hakuwa venye nilikuwa namjua hapo kitambo. So we started getting used to each other. We would visit each other's offices at random, and my boss alikuwa anampenda in such a way that hata akinipeleka out for lunch hakuwa anauliza, anamuuliza tu what time will you be back, anamwambia maybe after 1 hour tunaenda, we could have lunch, tunajuana. And by that time mi hata sikuwa nafikiria he could be my he could end up being my husband. Hiyo haikuwa kwa kichwa. So ikafika wakati hadi tunagojeana, mtu akienda nyumbani he would call me ananiuliza kama I'm ready to close job. Mi namwambia I am ready, then he would escort me to the stage. And it was so funny because all this time hakuna mtu anaongea mambo ya marriage. There was no proposal or anything. So I used to get very confused because I had some other friends, boyfriends. So I used to be very confused. Nashindwa sasa nitawaambia aje, because now I'm getting ripe for marriage. I have some other friends na sijawaambia tumeachana ama nini. So I used to be very confused. Karibu nimuulize, now what do you want with me, because I do not want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. I mean, it was so confusing, by the way. One day he visited the office, akaambia boss, I would like to take Anne out. Na yeye boss hakuwa na objection because by now alikuwa ameshamtrust. Akamwambia as long as it won't take long, there is no problem. So when we went out, that was a very big day for me because that is when he proposed. And the moment he proposed, mi nilikubali too, because I forgot to tell you that he had now started visiting our home, visiting my mom. Na hata akikuta mom nyumbani anamwambia nimekuja kutembelea Anne na nataka kumpeleka out. So we used to go out and come back. He would bring me back to my parents' home. Anahakikisha nimeingia. So my mom had no quarrels. The funniest part of it is that very day that he proposed, he came up with all the dates of our wedding preparations, the date to our dowry payment, the pre-wedding date, and also the wedding date. Imagine. So now it was quite funny because when I went home, because he told me to tell my mom that they'll be coming. Hata alikuwa na the number of people that were to come. Aliniambia they're supposed to come there we won't exceed 25 people in our first visit. In our second visit, at least we'll be like 50 people. So everything was well arranged. He was so organized. So I went and told my mom, Mom, you'll be having visitors because Daniel proposed to me na sasa ameniambia they'll be coming for introduction on such and such a date. So you'll have to inform the wazee wa kijiji ama the family. And mom was like, what? So mom was like, kumbe Daniel venye alikuwa anakuja hapa kukutembelea, he was that serious. Nikamwambia I am as surprised as you are, na aliniambia leo na akaniambia he has started the arrangements for the wedding. So mom had to go rush to the brother-in-laws na akawaambia, and they were very cooperative by the way. So we tied the knot on 4th March year 2000, and the most surprising thing is that in between tying the knot, in between bumping into the streets and tying the knot, it only took us 6 months, 6 months of dating, 6 months. And najua wengi wenu mtasema, that duration was too short. Yes, it was. Because 6 months, it's not a long time. But the best part of it is that during that time, we took our time to really know each other. We used to go for prayers at Arboretum. Tunashikana mikono, tunaomba. We would fast for that day, for our relationship. And as time grew by in our marriage, the more tulikuwa tunajuana, the more our love blossomed. And it's 21 years now, 21 years back. We are strong, and with prayers and communication, that being the key, God has seen us through. And I can attest to you that marriage works. It works with God. And I know that marriage is not a bed of roses, as we say, but it's something that you can also enjoy being in it. Although tumekuanga na ups and downs, but with God we have really made it. With God, niye ametupeleka this far. We have seen his hand even as we got our kids, tukawalea. Now they are all adults, they are all teenagers. We really thank God. I know most be asking, what have you done to sustain your marriage? And as I had said earlier, marriage is not a bed of roses, and no marriages are perfect. Don't be cheated by anyone. Just know that if you seek first the kingdom of God, all other things shall follow. The other thing is communication. You have to communicate things out. Usinyamaze useme sasa amenikosea na akinikosea mi unyamaza tu. Mi namnyamazia. Don't just assume that someone anakuelewa. Someone will not understand you juu ati umenyamaza. And you keep piling things. At the end of the day, umepile sana, then utabust. So what you're supposed to do, communicate it from the word go. That is the key. And it is always said that communication is key to good marriage. And we have to be very patient with each other because we all have weaknesses. Don't dwell with someone's weakness so much. Usiangalie weakness yangu sana na mi niangalie yako sana, because it will not work out like that. I know in the next video I have more in store for you. We are going to communicate on how to sustain marriage. We have to make this work if it is the will of God. Thank you so much for watching my video, my fans. And if you are new here in this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I always insist on that. See you in my next video. Thank you so much.